What's up guys, macadii here. Now today guys, a brand new UU live, but what we're going to be doing is having a go with a team based around a Hydreigon Roserade core. Now this is a really scary core, and the sets that it's got, I really like. Like we've got mixed Hydreigon there, and also a specially offensive Roserade, and both of them together just absolutely wreck shop. And it's a really nice team. We're also going to be abusing the fact that Skyfall, our Zapdos, has currently dropped down to UU, so that's going to be really exciting. So what we're going to do is run through the team, and then we're going to jump straight into some battles. So what we've got is TriForce the Hydreigon with Life Orb and Levitate. I really like the set. We've got Draco Meteor on there because that just nukes so many things. It's so crazy. We've got Dark Pulse on there as well, which means we can hit things like Crest really hard. And just generally very few switches into Dark Pulse. And then finally the Superpower as well, because the pink blobs are in this, well at least Blissey is, and I really don't like the pink blobs. Also on top of this as well, we do have Umbreon in this tier, and Umbreon is very bulky, so this guy with Superpower just catches people off guard so often. It's just absolutely insane. So what we've got is a 252 252 in special attack, 252 timid Hasty, because what we don't want to do is drop our attack, and then just finally 4 in attack, because Superpower still does a huge amount. Life Orbs as well, it's just designed for a very few specific things that the rest of the team kind of struggle with, so that it works really well. Obviously, with the trouble is with Triforce is that we don't really hit fairies very hard at all. So I thought a really good pairing here would be with Roserade. So what we've got here is a Life Orb Roserade with Technician. Now Technician means that our Hidden Power Fire gets boosted up to 90 base power, which is just absolutely insane. So what we got on here is Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Hidden Power Fire. I did consider Leaf Storm, but I do really like that extra recovery that Giga Drain gives you. And we've already got a nuke in terms of Triforce, so having 2 nukes probably sort of makes our team a little bit weak to set up and stuff like that. So I've got Synthesis on there as well, because it's really nice to be able to recover up, especially with that Life Orb damage. And this coverage as well is just really nice. I mean, Extra Sensory or something like that could work quite well, but I do really like the coverage already. There's so few switches into Sludge Bomb, and even if the Steel types do switch in, if you predict right, Hidden Power Fire still does a huge amount. So we've got 252 in special attack, 252 in speed with a Timid Nature, both of which aren't particularly, they're sort of middling speed, but we do have a really nice defensive wall core to handle that as well, if we do need to switch out. We have got our Choice Scarf Sweeper here, which is Heracross, really nice pairing with the other two as well, with Close Combat, Megahorn, Knockoff, and Stone Edge. There's surprising amounts of teams that rely on walls like Gligar and also P2, and that's their physical wall, and you can just go for knockoffs, get rid of that item, and then that makes your life so much easier. I've seen one person as well, I mean the last battle I had, someone had a Gligar P2 core, which just made no sense at all, because I just came in and I just knocked off, and there was nothing they could do, and then that's their wall core kind of broken a little bit. But anyway, we've got Moxie on there, because I do really appreciate a Moxie sweeper on here. Once you start getting rid of some of the things that stop Hercules, especially the fairy types which Roserade can handle, it really hits like a truck, and you can just start getting a really nice sweep together. Next up, we do have Skyfall the Zapdos. I'm a big fan of Zapdos. We actually have a Spadef Zapdos for this one, because I feel Spadef in this tier works a little bit better than physically defensive, but that's just the way I feel. There aren't as many sort of powerful rock types like T-Tar and stuff like that you got to watch out for, and specially defensive just means it walls so many other things and handle things like Milotic and stuff like that a little bit better. So we got T-Bot on there, Roost, Defog, and Heat Wave. So Heat Wave makes us be able to hit things like Fortress and stuff like that want to lead, and just sort of Thunderbolt and Heat Wave just as a pairing works really well, and allows us to hit grass types as well, which we don't really have much of a switch in apart from maybe Mega Aggron. So what we've got is a slightly weird moveset. All I've done is adapted the physically defensive moveset from OU and just shifted the bulk over to the specially defensive side, and so far it seems to be working really well. That little bit of extra special attack as well means that we can hit that little bit harder, and I do really, the set really appreciates it, is what I'm trying to say. Next up, the other side of our wall core, we do have Milotic, which is a really nice physical wall with Scald, Recover, Haze, and Ice Beam. Haze because there's a ton of setup. You've got Calm Mind Crest, you've got, what else have you got? You've got a lot of things. You've got Slurpuff, you've got other things like, what's called Snorlax, and also Crocoon as well, and this just is a reliable switch into Crocoon. Haze, get rid of it, and then you're good to go, really. We have got Marvel Scale on there. For some reason, something's making a big amount of noise. I do apologize. Marvel Scale I prefer over competitive because it means if we get toxic or something like that, we can actually get that to really benefit our team. Next up, we have got the Aggron, which I feel works really well. We haven't really, it's a really weird team. We've got like we haven't got a Fire Water Grass core, we've got a Fire Water core, and we've got a Steel Dragon core. But I find it works quite well, and we've got a Tank Aggron set with Stealth Rocks, Roar, Heavy Slam, and Earthquake. Roar allows us to send out a lot of setup sweepers, and it's just really, really bulky. Heavy Slam, even uninvested, still does a huge amount. And Earthquake just gives us another set of really nice coverage that our team otherwise lacks. So without further ado, what we're going to do is go and look for a battle and see what we can find. Hopefully the team works as well in this live as it does that when I've been testing it and building it, because it's worked really, really well. It does have a few weaknesses where it can't really switch into a couple of things, but I still really, really like it. So what I'm seeing here is two potential leads. We've either got the Cloyster lead here, or we've got the Galvantula lead. Now, we have to watch out with Heracross because this guy can cause us some issues. We have got Milotic, we can haze, so I'm not too worried about that. This guy I'm kind of worried about, and especially with the Galvantula around. What I think we need to do is try and find a way, because he's either going to try and lead off and Shell Smash first turn, which I never understand. Galvantula could also be the lead here as well. I almost feel like leading off with Zapdos. I know he's going to have something like Icicle Spear on there, but I think he's still going to go for the Shell Smash. Oh, I really don't want him to Shell Smash up. I think Aggron might be our lead here. Yeah, actually, Aggron overall seems to work the best as our lead. So we're going to lead off with Aggron, as he does lead off with Galvantula. He's just going to try and get up his Sticky Webs. I've not really got a problem with that. I'm actually going to go for my Stealth Rocks because he does lack a way to get rid of them. And especially the Cloyster, to break that Cloyster sash will be huge. We will eventually have to defog those webs away because it's really it's not nice at all. But I think for the time being, it works pretty well. I'm just going to fire off. Let's see, what is he going to switch into? He's going to predict maybe EQ. I mean, there's almost no harm in going for an EQ. I think we're going to go for EQ. He does go for the Thunder. That does a really good amount. He does get the power. Okay, so he doesn't power us. That's really, really nice. I don't particularly want to take another Thunder, but I kind of want this Galvantula out of the way, because that's the only trouble I do find with this team is that powerful electric moves, we don't really have a reliable switch in for that, especially with Galvantula as well. We're gonna stay in. Please don't get powered. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, this is a great start. He goes to the energy ball. Why on earth would you do that? And he gets the Speed F drop. Anyway, unfortunately, I think that's the end of Mega Aggron, but we will be evening up at the very least. So it goes out into Absol now. What we're going to do is I'm just going to fire off a Heavy Slam in case he wants to SD up. He does go for that knockoff. That's absolutely fine. What we can do now is we got a couple of options. We can't go into Heracross. We need to get rid of these sticky webs here. We're going to have to go into Milotic. Oh my goodness. If we had competitive Milotic here, we'd be so set. I'm just going to fire off a Scald because he really doesn't have a switch into Scald. I mean, the Kingdra can come in, but it's still going to do a lot. We do get the burn on that. He is revealing the fact that he doesn't have... I'm kind of got to stay in. He does go for the Psycho Shift. He's that set. Okay, we got the Ice Beam though, so that's really nice. This is going to be such an annoying thing to try and deal with. But we can get rid of the... We have got what's the Haze on here, so I'm not massively worried. Okay, so he's just going to keep going for this. I think what we do, we fire off an Ice Beam. He's going to go for the Cosmic Power here. What we can do now is I'm going to go for the Haze. Or do I switch out into Hydreigon now? Because the Dark Pulse is still going to do a lot. I think we fire off a Haze. He is going to go for the Cosmic Power. Okay. Goodness, I hate Siliglyph. Right. We're going to go out into Hydreigon now, because if he goes for the Cosmic Power, I have a feeling we might be able to take him out. He does go for the Cosmic Power. Okay. So, Dark Pulse, while it hits slightly less, makes a lot more sense. Because he really doesn't have much of a switch in. He does go out into the Absol here. Oh, that does a good amount. Okay. That's fine, because what we can do is we can go back into Milotic, because we've got the Marvel Scale boost, and that's actually going to work really well in our favour, because it's not going to do much at all. And what we can do now is we can just recover up. The rocks are going to be really punishing him. He does go for that knockoff there, which is unfortunate. We're going to lose our leftovers recovery. But I think firing off a Scald here, this is the main thing that we're going to wall. He does go back out into that Siliglyph. Goodness, that Siliglyph's going to be a problem. But he's running out of switch-ins for Hydreigon, so we can go back out into Hydreigon here, even if he does Psycho Shift. Okay, he goes for a Roost. That's absolutely fine. We're going to fire off a Dark Pulse here. And that's just going to take him out. This is why I really like Hydreigon. Hydreigon just hits like an absolute truck. It's insane. Okay, so Kingdra comes out. I mean, I outspeed you. Why would you come in? You're not Scarfed, are you? This is so tricky, because this gives me such a good way to handle the Doublade. But then on the other hand, I do have ways to handle it. I'm going to fire off a Draco. Yeah, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. He was bluffing the Scarf, I think. But, yeah. He basically has 0 switch-ins into Hydreigon. This is why Hydreigon's just so scary. Milotic is going to unfortunately have to go down. But he can't switch in anymore. We can go into Skyfall after that. And we don't really need... I mean, Zapdos handles Doublade really well. We've got the Himpower Fire and Roserade. I'm feeling confident that we should be able to handle the rest of his team. If he does go for the player off again. I mean, we can take a knock. Ooh, no, we can't take a knockoff. We can go for the recover here. Does go for another player off. That was a really risky play, because if he missed, then I'd be in such a good position. We can go into our Skyfall now. We will take a big hit, but what I'm actually going to do is... do I defog this turn? How much do I need to defog? Is it key that I defog? I would actually say no, because we still outspeed everything. Maybe not the... No, I think we need to get rid of this guy. Yeah, knockoff's going to do way too much. So we got rid of the Absol. We still got Rocks up. Yeah, we need to keep Rocks up because of the Cloyster. Goes out into Doublade. Okay, so what we're going to do now is... He's either got to SD or he's got to Shadow Sneak. Will he go for the Sacred Sword? I don't think he can afford to go for Sacred Sword here. Or do we just go for a Heat Wave? I mean, Shadow Sneak's going to do nothing to Hydreigon. So I think we fire off a Heat Wave. That does a really good amount of damage. He goes to the SD here. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to live a Shadow Sneak. We do not live a Shadow Sneak. Okay. Well, that actually means we can go into Hydreigon now, and I think we just clean up, because we can go for a Dark Pulse here. Shadow Sneak does a fair amount of damage, but Hydreigon putting in so much work. Did he get every kill this match? No, he didn't, no. He got a lot of kills, though. Goes out into Cloyster. We're just going to fire off a Dark Pulse, because that should still take him out. That's absolutely great. This Hydreigon's so powerful, it's insane. Especially with that moveset. Really, really nice. Absolutely fantastic mon. So we'll have a look for another battle and see what we find. Because yeah, this team I really, really like, because it just handles so many things. Like normally when I build a UU team, I have so many problems with things like Crocoon, Snorlax and stuff like that. This team has no problems with them at all, and I really, really like that. So we'll try and find another battle and see from there. This may be a 1-part or a 2-part live. It depends how much you guys enjoy this. This is a very, very hyper-offensive team, which is going to be very, very scary. What I do see, though, is there's like 3 leads. I have no idea what he's going to lead with. I almost see Milotic is probably the best lead here. I think that's our only real chance. I know Azelf could lead, but we've got enough bulk where we could fire off a Scald. He doesn't have many switch-ins to Milotic. He does lead off with the Azelf. I'm just going to fire off a Scald here. I know he's probably going to set up rocks, and then he's going to explode, and la-di-da-di-da. We don't get the burn. Okay. I'm going to click Recover here. He does go for the T-Bolt. I needed to scout that, just to see what he was going to go for. I'm going to fire off one more Recover here. Don't get parried. Okay, good. Because we can Recover stall this guy, and that's absolutely fine. I've really not got a problem with that. It sounds really, really douchey, but Azelf with Explosion, I really don't want to take an Explosion from that guy, and then, because this is the thing, Milotic just walls so many things. Don't get powered, please don't get powered. Good. Alright, now we're in a position where actually we're extremely defensive, and I do really like that. What we're going to do is we're going to risk it one more time. Please don't get powered. Yeah, okay, that's great. And what we can do now is we can go into... or is he going to explode this turn? Because I really don't want to take an explosion. And I'm really risking it with the height recover. I think we got to risk it. He goes for Psychic. Oh, that does a lot. Okay, that's great. We're now in a really strong position because now Milotic, I know Power isn't nice, but we're now really, really physically defensive. And I see nothing on his team that's going to be able to take us on, which is really, really nice. We've actually ended up doing quite well out of that deal. Hopefully, as long as we don't get powered too much. Oh, I really like the Wally... what would you call it? Person sprite thing. Oh, I don't even know. With the Mega Galley. That is seriously cool. But yeah, he doesn't have much for switching. Goes into Cobalion here. I'm just going to fire off a Scald. Goes to the SD. This seems to be very hyper offensive. Okay, so we don't get a good amount of damage off him from that. I'm going to fire off another Scald here. Because we are really physically defensive. We can take another one of those. Even if we just take out Cobalion, I've not got a problem with that. And we take it out of a crit. That's absolutely great. Okay, we're back in business. Yeah, he seems to be a little bit upset about that. Goes into Ape. I'm going to fire off another Scald. Grass Knot. Ah, he's special. I should have predicted that. That's really unfortunate. But we know he's Life Orb now. What that does mean is... we can go into Heracross here. And I'm going to play a very, very risky game. Because I think that's going to be offensive Salamence. And I think, actually, or do I just go for knockoff? No, I don't want to go for knockoff. He's going to switch out. Goes into Mence. That's absolutely fine. Stone Edge is going to do a really nice amount of damage. And he's Moxie as well. I'm going to fire off another Stone Edge. Because, I mean, Mamo can come in now. But take out the Mence, which I wanted to see, is really, really nice. And we get that Moxie boost as well, which is huge. Goes into Sharpedo. I mean, I still outspeed... oh, no, maybe I don't outspeed. I'm pretty sure I can take a hit after you've Mega'd up. Unless you've got Zen Headbutt. Let's go for that. And we outspeed and we... oh, we don't KO. Oh my goodness. And he gets a crit. Okay, that makes me slightly sad. Because we'd have outsped the next turn. Oh my goodness. We would have lived that. Oh. All we can do is we can go on to Aggron though. And we can Mega up. And just fire off an EQ. We should be able to take pretty much... oh, I should have roared. That makes me so sad. Okay. Right. What do we need? What's going to win us the game? Roserade does outspeed this, and I'm pretty sure I could take an Ice Shard from Mamo. Infinite's going to cause us infinite numbers of problems. What's he going to lead? I think he's going to lead off with Ape. So, I think we made that, yeah. The critical hit on Heracross may have just clinched it. Goes out into Ape. We're out in Skyfall. We are Spadef, so we should be able to take almost any hit. And... I think the middle ground's Roost. We can take those absolutely fine. That's absolutely great. Right, this is like why I really, really like Spadef. Mama Swine. Mama Swine gives us problems. Because we can't switch into Hydreigon freely. But if we can get Hydreigon in and fire off a Draco, one of them dies. I so feel he's going to switch. Let's see, so Roserade. Roserade's the other option. Is he going to switch? This is like the deciding turn here. Because if I pull a double into Hydreigon as he doubles out into Mammoth, I guess I could sack Roserade and then go into it. So I'm going to go for T-Bolt. He goes for the Nasty Plot. Okay, T-Bolt does a really nice amount of damage. And we should, in theory, we should hopefully live another Fire Blast. He misses the Fire Blast. That's huge. I feel so bad about that. Because now Skyfall's at enough HP where we should be able to take out the Mamoswine with the rest of the team. He goes to the Icicle Crash. Is he Scarfed? No, he's Life Orb. Okay. Well, let's see. See if Roserade can take a hit. Because there's no harm in that. Because that means it actually brings it down to a point where Hydreigon can come in. And hopefully, I think a Dark Pulse will then be able to take it out. Go for Giga Drain. He doesn't even Ice Shard and we take him out. Okay, that was a scary, scary game. We're going to go for one more, I think, though. And see what we can find. But that was a tense game. Hyper Offense is so scary. But yeah, I do really like the team. I think what we'll do, we'll probably do this as a two-part live, I think. We'll look for one more battle, and then I'll give you guys another one, because I do really enjoy this team, and I don't want this, like, the lives to be massively long. I think, like, 3 battles per live is probably something that's a nice round number. Okay, this is more UU-esque. This is very standard. So what we've got is probably physically defensive Florges, specially defensive Empoleon, Mega Ampharos, probably Scarfed. That thing is going to cause us some issues, but what we know is that there's a good chance it's either between the Krook or this that's going to lead. So how do we benefit from that? I definitely think Hydreigon as a lead isn't too bad. I mean, we got to watch out for Main Shao. Please don't lead off with Main Shao. It leads off with Amph. Okay, that's great. What we're going to do, I know he could switch, or he might not even Mega up and Dragon Pulse, but I think we can live that. We're going to fire for Draco. He does go into Florges. Okay, that's absolutely fine, because that's a free switch into our Roserade here, and we can get a really good hit off. Moonblast we should take really well. He pulls a double out into Empoleon. I've really not got a problem with that, because Giga Drain versus Hidden Power Fire. Giga Drain still does a really good... Okay, it doesn't do as much as I calced. Maybe this... Yeah, this is definitely Spadef. What we can do, though, is... I think Skyfall's a good switch here, because we need to get rid of these rocks. We can take a Scald. Goes into Crobat. That's absolutely fine. I don't really fear much from Crobat. I'm actually going to go for the Defog. You little... Alright, we're going to go for a Heat Wave here, because I know he's going to go out into Krook. He does go out into that. He's got the Intimidate. That's interesting. Heat Wave does a really nice amount of damage, and that means we can go out into Milotic now. We really need to get rid of these rocks when we can. Goes for Knockoff. That does a huge amount. That is banded. Oh my lord. Right, we may live another, so we're going to go for a Recover. Goes out into Ampharos. Okay. What do we need to take a Volt Switch? I think we're going to have to go into Roserade here and hope that he goes for T-Bolt. Dragon Pulse. Okay, that does a good amount of damage, but what it means we can do, though, is... I think we fire for Sludge Bomb here. Get a good amount of damage on. We get the poison, because all we need is some damage on this Ampharos, I think. Because we still got a free switch into Mega Aggron, and Mega Aggron really does a good amount of damage to his team. So that's really, really nice. But what we can do now... Right, we're not going to outspeed this, potentially. This is the only other issues. Our fairy types do cause us tiny, tiny problems. What we're going to have to do, I think, is... We're going to have to go into Heracross, and we're going to have to Stone Edge, I think. Because that gives us a neutral amount of damage on the Florges. If he stays in, then we can get a good amount of damage, and we should be able to take out the Ampharos from there. But yeah, getting some good amount of damage on the Ampharos is definitely what we needed. It really alleviates a lot of pressure on our team. But the question is, we traded a lot for that, because we traded our Crobat, you're not going to take this. Oh, you do take it. You're a bulky bat. We're Scarfed, so we can go for another Stone Edge here. Getting that amount of damage on Crobat's really useful. He doesn't know what set we are. I guess he can go and Calc now. So he may potentially Calc, but there's no harm in us clicking Stone Edge again. Unless we miss and he Brave Birds us, but I think that's probably the best bet to go from here. Does go into Empoleon here. That's absolutely fine, because this means we can go out into Skyfall here, and we can get our Defog off. And at the very least, Defog's going to be huge. What we need to do is try and find a way... Yeah, we just need Defog, basically. I know a School's probably coming our way, but Skyfall can take that. I know Rocks does punish us a little bit, but to get the Defog off would be really nice. Please don't burn. Yeah, that's okay, that's good. Right, what we can do now is we can go for the Defog, as goes out into Ampharos now. Okay, well, Whisper Death, so we should be able to take any hit from you. What we can do as well is we can Roost this turn. If he decides to go for Volt Switch, it should be resisted then. Goes for Rest. Oh my goodness, this guy is going to be such a problem to deal with. What we can do is we can go into this guy. He's going to be that Rest Talk set. Please don't go for Volt Switch. He does get the Volt Switch. Okay, Krook's in. We just go straight out into... We've got to go for EQ here, basically. So we can go into Zapdos here. We know he's most likely Choice Banded here. That's probably our best bet. Ampharos is going to cause us so many issues. But what we can do is, once we've gone out into Skyfall and we force the switch, we can go for a double. He goes to the EQ. Okay, that's great. What we do now is... we just need to get Mega Aggron in for free. So I'm going to switch Aggron now. Goes out into Mega Ampharos. This is what we needed. Okay. Because what we can do now is we can Mega up and fire off an EQ. Oh, this is going to get a good amount of damage off. And we don't take it out, but 112 speed. I'm going to go for the EQ, because if he does decide to stay in, he's going to set up his Rocks again. That's great, because we got rid of the Empoleon now. If we can get up our Rocks, which we should be able to do really, really easily. Fairly easily. We do need to keep this round, though, because this is our answer to Florges. Goes into Main Shower. We go straight out into Milotic. Then we're not messing around here. Hopefully he just makes the mistake of going for the Fake Out, which a lot of people do. He goes to the U-turn. That's fair enough. Goes out into Ampharos. We're going to have to recover here, because we need this guy a good amount of health, because this is a switch into Krook. Goes to the Rest. Okay, that's fine. We know a Volt Switch is coming our way. So what's our best bet? I think we fire off. Oh, we outspeed. I forgot. That was a massive mistake on my part. What we can do though is, I think we fire off an Ice Beam here. That really doesn't do enough, but it's going to bring it in KO range. I think he's going to go for more Dragon Pulses, which is a little bit surprising. I guess he doesn't want us to switch. He goes to the Volt Switch now. That does a huge, huge amount. Way more than I really, really want, because Main Shower is going to cause us problems. What we have done, though, by getting rid of Empoleon is, once we've got rid of the Florges is basically the bane of our lives at the minute, because once the Florges is out of the way, we can definitely get a good sweep off with Heracross. It's just getting to that point. What we need to do now is, I think we go for a cover. He does connect the high jump kick. Right, what do we need to do? We need to go into Skyfall here. We need to defog. Mega Ampharos is causing us so many issues now. What we can do though, we just need to get some rocks up. Residual damage on this guy will be great. But I don't want him to Volt Switch this turn. Especially when Mega Aggron's so huge. This is the thing, I need Mega Aggron in, but I can't get it in. Let's fire off a Heat Wave, just to get some residual on him. See what he decides to go for. Goes to Dragon Pulse, that's fine. We can wall him on Dragon Pulses. And we can Roost, and that will resist his Volt Switch. And that's really, really nice. Okay, so we just need to get to a point where he's going to go for a rest. So I think after one more hit, he's probably going to go for rest next turn. Maybe. He does go for rest. I should have switched. Okay. Right, we're going to have to risk the 1 and 3, I think. Yes, okay. Right. We set up our rocks. Because that means there's no more Crobat. Goes into Crobat this turn. Okay. We just go for the Heavy Slam. So Heavy Slam should do a lot. Okay, that's good. He's not going to be able to recover on us. Heavy Slam again. Oh, 63. Okay, so we're going to get him with min-max. We're going to get him. Okay. Come on, we're so close. We're so close. Yeah, he's going to have to Brave Bird this turn, and that's going to take him out. Okay, so now we're in a position where rocks are up to stay. Oh, this is such a tense game. Mega Aggron is going to be huge this game. We just need... the thing is, he's got so many threats to threaten us out. Kroot's going to come in. He has to EQ. He has to EQ, basically. Zapdos, we're going to have to switch in. If he does go for the Stone Edge, then we just go straight back out. He does go for Stone Edge. Okay. We're going to have to go back out into Aggron. So we can take that. We can tank that fine. And we just fire off a Heavy Slam. Because I don't see anything that can switch into a Heavy Slam EQ combo. Main Shower, you're going to take a lot from this. Ah, we take it out. Okay, that's great. That's huge. That is huge. Okay. Right. Mega Aggron may win us this game. Oh, this is so tense. I hope you guys are appreciating just how tense this is, because I'm... Honestly, this game is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Right. Goes down to Mega Ampharos. What don't we need? What don't we need? This is so tricky. This Hydreigon's another good switch into that guy. But we get walled by Flawdras. This is the problem. We need Aggron. We cannot stay on this guy. But what's going to go out? Because Zapdos is just going to die unless he gets Sleep Talk Rest. And it's probably our least valuable player at the minute. Because Heracross still has value. Yes, okay, that's great. That is huge, because we can get Roost off now. And he ends up forfeiting anyway. So, that was a really, really tense game. But anyway, I think what we'll do is we will have a second part to this live at some point. So, I hope you guys did enjoy the live. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button down below. I would really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys at the next one. Macadii out.